Right, hi everyone, today it's a book review. I recently read The Iron Trial by Cassandra, Clare and Holly Black. This is the first book in the Magisterium series and is compared to Harry Potter, as far as I can work out, a lot more than it actually deserves to be. I'm going to start off this review by saying I'm not a big Shadowhunters fan, and various reasons it just doesn't do anything for me. I'm also not a big Harry Potter fan. Sorry. So the fact that this book is written by an author that I don't particularly enjoy reading and is also based on a premise that has been likened to a book that I don't really think much of, personally, I was a bit surprised to find myself picking up this book and enjoying it. Most of that was down to the fact that I've heard a lot of positive reviews of this book. A lot of people have really liked it, they've enjoyed the characters and the storyline in it. And so I read it, and yes, I enjoyed this book hugely. I will be picking up the next book in the series as soon as I can get my hands on a copy. I'm figuring there's going to be about 5 books, so sort of like Percy Jackson length. Based on what I've read in the story so far. I could be totally wrong in that, but that's what I'm aiming at, 5 books. And I really liked it. It's Harry Potter-esque, but that's about as far as the similarities really go. Yes, there's a magic school, and yes, there's a big bad, but what magic and school thingy doesn't have a big bad, doesn't have crooky teachers, and doesn't have students who can't do it. I mean, pick any book that's set in a wizarding school other than Harry Potter. They've all got the same ideas. The worst witch, pre-Harry Potter, but nobody ever describes it as Harry Potter because they did it first. So I'm not going to judge a book based on another book that it's been compared to. I'm going to judge it on its own merit. And The Iron Trial, I enjoyed the characters. Certainly, yes, it's again the trio of heroes, but to be honest, they were interesting enough for me to like them. There were enough side characters that I thought had huge potential for later books, that would certainly be coming into their own in further plot lines, I would have thought, because the way the whole thing is set up. The school is particularly gloomy it's oppressive almost, and there's a lot of mystery, particularly at the start when Cal, our main character, it has been told by his dad, you fear the Magisterium, they're not what they're making out to be, fail the magic test, you don't want to go to the school because you go to the school you're going to die. So Cal's got all this information, and then he's treated to the reality, as it were, and he's kind of having to mesh the two together and understand what's going on, why his dad's got this fear of the school and magic and all that. And it's really interesting how that storyline develops throughout the book. I wish I had a hard copy of the book with me because there are some beautiful chapter heading illustrations in them of various characters within the book. And there's also the magical writing within the story as well. That's throughout the book. Unfortunately, my copy was a library copy and it's had to go back. So hopefully some other little chap is enjoying it right now. I know this book is classed as like a youngish young adult, sort of 12, 13-year-old. I would suggest a pretty able 10, 11-year-old could quite happily pick up this book and enjoy it. Like I say, it is compared to Harry Potter. I would say it fits quite happily in sort of certainly the early Harry Potter books, the Percy Jacksons. I think it's certainly in that realm of story and reading ability. But I think some of the themes that are covered in this book push more towards the darker elements of Harry Potter. And so if you're going to give this to a 10-year-old, make sure that they're capable of understanding slightly heavier details of life. If they're the kind of person that enjoyed Deathly Hallows but got emotionally hooked into it, then they're probably going to enjoy The Iron Trial. They'll be emotionally ready to deal with some of the bigger issues that are going on in this story. I don't want to spoil a huge amount about this book because I really went in kind of blind. I didn't know anything about the characters. I didn't know anything about the plot. So I just went in and read it. And for me, that works really, really well. I like going into a book not knowing a thing about it. I like the surprise. I like the story coming to me in its own way, rather than me going to a story with my own assumptions on it. So I would urge you to just pick up this book. Try not to watch too many spoiler reviews about it. Try not to find out too much about the plot. Just go with it and enjoy it, because it's well worth it. It's a good ride. It's, like I say, good characters, good plot, and there's certainly a big setup coming for the later stories. So, The Iron Trial, Cassandra, Clare by Holly Black. Read this if you are a fan of magic, mystery, emotional twists, secrets, and okay, I'm going to say Harry Potter, but it's not Harry Potter, okay? It's not. And you'll probably really enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Please follow me on Goodreads, Instagram and Twitter. I do review every book I read, so they're all on Goodreads. So if you want to go and see my thoughts in more detail, or discover some things that I've forgotten to mention in these videos, that's all in Goodreads. So please do go check them out. Thank you very much for watching, and happy reading, everyone. Bye.